Everybody, I'm back with another video. Now in today's video, guys, we are going to be talking about some predictions on The Walking Dead. And here's my new phone that I was talking about. I actually got a nice phone case for it. I'm not going to be recording with this phone today. But yeah, there's going to be a delay on the Bionicle tutorial. And what I'm also going to be doing in this video, besides making predictions for the second half of The Walking Dead, I will be going over a couple of things. Why is my phone going off? A couple of things about my YouTube channel that has been going on. Now, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I have deleted my Friday the 13th challenge video because I just really don't want to be trying to remaking videos, trying to get the challenges perfect. So I might just do streams or something like that on playing Friday the 13th quick play or something like that, and I'll just mute all the people so you can only hear me. So I have a lot of announcements to make before I make the video, so I'm very sorry if I'm like making you guys wait too long. But I really want to be making a new intro. I think I'm going to download another Shockwave intro, get my name in it and stuff. And yeah, I just want to make a new intro for you guys because my old intro is just kind of getting boring. Awesome Man Plays about a month ago made a new intro for me. I don't know how to get that onto my YouTube channel, but if I can, that would be just perfect. I've been editing some of my videos where I put videos onto the side at the very ending of the video. I've also been putting in some of my rant videos into private mode because I've been getting a lot of hate, stuff like that. So yeah, my YouTube channel is kind of changing. I'm thinking about doing a remake on my channel trailer introductory, or even just putting my most popular video in there. I was actually looking onto my computer and I looked at the discussion. A lot of people really liked my channel. So yeah, try to get me to 10,000 views. We still have a month left, and I'm actually wearing a little elf little pajama thing. But yeah, we still have a month left to get to that 10,000 views. We are at like 8,500. So please do get me to 10,000 views. And what I really want to do is start making like some funny reenactions of the beginning of the videos or something like that. I just need to, I don't know, I'm just never really a good comedian. But I also did delete some of my magic tricks to videos because I just really thought that some of my magic tricks are just too good to be revealed. So I did delete them as well. But I did get some new magic tricks and stuff like that. But before I get on, I'm sorry if I'm making you guys wait. I want to talk about the water is wet thing and just reboot it for you guys because I sounded kind of mean in the other video and I was really tired in the other video. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm just going to be reading off of this thing that I put onto a video. Okay, so I put something onto a video, and I'm just going to read it to you guys. I'm not going to make any hate. I'm not going to say, oh, you guys are stupid if you think water is wet, because I'm kind of 50-50 with this. I'm not exactly sure, and it may be simple to just say that water is wet, but when you really dig into water, it's a lot more complicated than what you think. So obviously, I think water isn't wet. I have some other friends who think that as well, but I'm just going to read off the article, and I'm not going to say anything else that I wrote. Okay, so this is me. Water isn't wet. Water isn't itself wet. Clear explanation. First things first, water makes things wet like every other liquid. Wetness cannot be made by itself and has to have two or more things to mix together to cause wetness. Anything like a pillow is soft or fire is hot are all because us humans believe it is. Small adjectives such as hard, rough, etc. are described for the texture or surface of a solid, not a liquid like water is wet. So what I'm trying to explain to you guys here is I'm saying that most of these things that you guys are saying, like a pillow is soft and stuff like that, are all used to describe solids. Wetness is not supposed to be used to describe a liquid, and most of the small adjectives that we use today are used to describe solids, like wetness. Wetness is not used to describe a liquid, it's described as the surface of a solid. So if I'll get onto it later, but that's what I'm trying to get to, you guys. So if water could just somehow touch itself, would it think it's wet? Think about that. So let me keep reading off the article. A solid, not a liquid, like water is wet. Water is a liquid and cannot saturate itself. Wetness is something that can be removed, and I know some people will say water can be evaporated, but imagine water is floating in space. I'll just say that. Air is a fluid because it flows, so it won't affect the water itself. So anything that flows is a fluid. But when water is put on the surface of a solid, it can be evaporated. Some people have also gave the example about how fire burns. Fire can't burn itself. Now, I know a lot of people say, well, if water makes things wet, then water is wet. Well, like I said, wetness cannot be created by itself, much like a chemical reaction. A chemical reaction has to mix two or more things together to make that chemical reaction. Yes, hydrogen and oxygen are mixed to make water, but the reaction is too small to even create wetness. Now, if you can saturate something with the same thing, which I'm not sure if that is true, then I guess I would say that multiple water molecules on the surface of a solid are wet, but one molecule isn't. So I know we'll say I know people will say, is it dry? Yes, because dryness can be created by itself unless a solid is wet, therefore evaporation has to occur. So people, let's start focusing on more important things. I'm sorry I've gotten to like 7 minutes of the video, but I didn't want to make a video on that. So yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that. Also, shout out to Panda YT. He goes to my school. His link will be in the description. Yeah, let's start getting onto some predictions for The Walking Dead. Hopefully I'll get a new intro. So, as we saw at the ending of the mid-season finale, Jesus unfortunately died, and I'm gonna miss him so much. Jesus was just one of my favorite characters. He just had the best skills. He was such a warrior, and he was so brave when he went out to fight the walkers in the fog. And I think it's really interesting. I can agree that the Talking Dead talked about how this season premiere was not. People didn't like it. Out of all the season premieres, this was apparently the boringest one to the fans. And I can actually agree with that because I didn't like how they started out a year and a half after the war. Everything was just boring. I really didn't like the beginning of The Walking Dead part, to be honest with you. And it's not that I don't like Rick or anything, but his story just it needs to come to an end. I mean, he's been working so hard on the show, and he needs to go back with his family, and I can see why he left. But it's not that I don't like Rick, it's just that I kind of want to see another character's perspective story. And now that it's 6 years later, I mean, you got Judith grown up, Henry grown up, you got Michonne with a new hairstyle, Carol's like white, long hair, she's getting pretty old. And I really like how it skipped about 6 years ahead. And look where we are now. We have actually met the Whisperers. And I am actually very excited about the Whisperers. I heard about them in the comics, and it was really, really cool. Because at first I thought the Whisperers were, or this is just where the Walkers started involving. And then I thought, well, I think the Walkers aren't involving. I think that there's just people starting to pull tricks on us. And The Talking Dead actually showed a sneak peek on the next episode of The Walking Dead where Negan is holding a shovel and he's just going into what looks like one of the Alexandria houses, and he could possibly be trying to kill someone at this point. The Whisperers are all obviously becoming a new enemy. They left us with a big cliffhanger where Jesus died, and then they all unmasked one of the dude who killed Jesus, and they realized this is an actual human. Eugene looks a lot better now. Some of the characters have definitely redeemed themselves. They became a lot better. We've also met some new kids that have become friends with Henry. And to be honest with you, I can tell they're probably going to die pretty soon on in the story. But they weren't so bad. I like Henry a lot better now. Now that he's kind of more grown up. I also like Judith. She's just really awesome. She's she's been so little for a while, and she never really talked that much or anything. But now she's just up on the top. And Michonne has another kid. They actually had another baby, and Maggie had a baby as well. But now Maggie is just not in the show anymore. And I actually don't know why. So if you guys know why Maggie left the show, tell me why. But yeah, the beginning of season 9, she had the baby and everything, and then she just disappeared after the 6 years. But I really like how they skip ahead 6 years, because now, I mean, look at Hilltop. Hilltop's like all grown up. You got houses upon houses. Alexandria is back on its feet. But now Negan has escaped from his cell. And judging by the trailer that I watched, I honestly think that Negan is going to side with the Whisperers, because Negan has a very slick mouth. He can really convince people. And just think, he convinced all those saviors to join him. And even if they took out so many savior soldiers throughout all of season 8 and season 7, quite a bit, and a little bit of season 6. And at the end of the last war, there had to at least still be like 70 to 90 soldiers, maybe even 100 soldiers left. They convinced some of the saviors to stay with us, but now the community is really growing. I mean, they have so many other different places, but the places like the Woods Camp are obviously abandoned now. I'm not really sure about Oceanside. We haven't seen much of Oceanside, which I'm okay with that, because I didn't really even like the Oceanside people that much. But what I can predict from the second half of the season is that I think Negan is going to convince the Whisperers to join him. And the Whisperers are unlike the Negan and the Governor, because they've never really encountered someone who's like this. And I think the Whisperers are honestly smart, because if you can disguise yourself as a walker, like when Jesus tried to kill the Whisperer, dodged him, stabbed him right in the heart. And I think you could definitely use that to your advantage of being someone like the Whisperers. The Whisperers, I think they're actually really cool. And I was sick of having the same human enemies and everything. And now that we got the Whisperers, it's a really cool enemy. What I think The Walking Dead should do is add, I don't know how to say this, but it'd be cool if they could add something like aliens, or I don't know. You know what I mean, though. But yeah, the Whisperers are just really awesome, and I can definitely see Negan convincing the Whisperers to come with him. And I don't know how many Whisperers there are right now. We've seen a couple throughout the trailer, but I'm not exactly sure how many Whisperers there are. There's probably a whole herd full of Whisperers. They just all, formed together. And yeah, that was a really memorable moment when Jesus stepped up to his bravery, and he just, tried the best he could. But then when he came across the Whisperer, which he had no idea about, he got stabbed in the heart. And to be honest with you, the Whisperers actually really do look like walkers. And when I saw him go up to the Whisperer, I was like, what the heck? He literally dodged him, and it was so fast when he killed him too. So intense. So what I can see happening on this next season is that we're definitely going to have some people possibly dying in the next half. A lot of people possibly dying because they come across the walkers. They just think they're regular walkers or something. But then they realize it is the Whisperers. And even Jesus can't, with all of his ninja skills, can't seem to take down the Whisperers. So I think they're pretty tough people. They're like the Despicables or whatever they were called. They're about the savior strength, and they have great strategies. But I can see Negan either getting his revenge or convincing the Whisperers to join with him, because the Whisperers don't like that these people are in their community. And even though the Alexandria, Hilltop, whatever, has been here for so many long, when they came into the cemetery, that was kind of the Whisperers' territory. But most of Virginia, or wherever they are right now, I'm pretty sure it's Virginia, is claimed by them. But then they came across the Whisperers, and they always come across with big groups after going through places. And I really like to see if the Walking Dead would move them towards west to see, what might be happening over there. Cross over with Fear of the Walking Dead, something like that. That would be really awesome. Um, but yeah, that's what kind of I can predict from the second half. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Obviously, try to get me to 10,000 views. Also, subscribe to Panda YT. His link will be in the description down below. My battery's getting really low, so I gotta end this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the Walking Dead video. You're looking up to some gaming videos in the future. There's going to be a delay on the Bionicle tutorials, so I'm sorry if you wanted some more Bionicle tutorials, but I'm going to try to get it in as fast as possible. It's just, I was trying to do it on this phone and it wasn't working, so I guess if I'm ever going to make a video on KindMaster, I will try, I'll do it on this phone that I'm using right now. But yeah, like and subscribe, guys. Give me to 10,000 views. Don't forget, shout out in the description down below. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time. Peace.